Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to take a look at Rolling Thunder 2, which if you've never played it before, it's basically a side-scrolling shooter type thing, but it's kind of like Sunset Riders. It's not a shoot 'em up or anything, it's just an action type game. So basically at the start you've got 1-player, 2-player music mode. Music mode is obviously where you check the music. That's pretty much it. That's the extent of the options on the game, unfortunately. The password, the way they work, it's just basically 4 boxes of loads of pre-programmed words, and you just choose those words and then hit start, and if you've got one right it takes you to the level, if not it kicks you back to the menu. So that's that one. There's also some story cutscenes obviously at the start, but you can just skip them, especially if you're trying to do a review. Anyway, there's 2 characters to choose from. One is Layla, just like the song, and one is Albatross, just like the snack that you can get at the cinema. So, the whole point of the gameplay is you've got you're cops and you have to kill some bad guys basically. You've got a gun here, but you do actually have a bullet limit. So, if you look just in about the middle of the screen where the timer is, just to the left of that is my bullet limit, which was 30. Unfortunately, I've just died, which is probably a good time to tell you now about if you do die on co-op, you've got to wait until your partner finds your new body, which is odd, but either way I've now got to basically wait until Panda can find me to rejoin the action. If we both die before one of them's on the screen, then that's that. You have to start level again, or well, from the checkpoint to be fair at least. There's several different places you can go to. There's you basically want to always try to go into the doors, because especially the doors with the guns on them, because they're where you get new weapons. So this here is a machine gun. You can also get things like flamethrowers, but there's doors with bullets marked on them, which is obviously just ammo, and there's other doors with nothing marked on them, and sometimes they contain health. So if you've got, well, as you've noticed in the bottom left corner, you've got 2 blocks of health, and basically if you've got 1 block of health blue and 1 red, then that means you've only got 1 health, so collecting the health will make it 2 blocks. But even if you've got 2 blocks, it's worth going in, because it can take you up to 3 blocks, 4 blocks, whatever. So that's about that then. There's 11 stages overall, and there's actually, after doing the 11 stages, a secondary mode where you just go through the 11 stages again, but there's some slight differences. Obviously, first difference is it's harder, but second difference is, just for an example, the second level is daylight on the second version, the second level is nighttime. So I won't tell you everything, because it's the type of thing that it's nice to spot the differences yourself. Musically, things are pretty good. It's just a repetitive tune that just keeps repeating, but it's nothing too offensive. So as soon as we respawn, I'll shut up and just let you have a little listen to it. So there we go then, that was a bit of the music. Graphically, as you can see, things are not exactly great, they're a little fuzzy, but they're pretty good anyway. And one of the other cool things about the game that I haven't mentioned yet is you can actually steal a life from a friend. So if you've got no lives, just hit the Y button, at least on the classic controller anyway, and then you'll steal a life from a mate, so you can join the action again. So that's a really cool thing. The password just basically comes up at the end of the round, so it's best to write it down if you're planning on beating it in stages and the likes, especially because obviously you're probably not going to have enough lives to go through it all in one sitting, because it is, even on the normal difficulty, a pretty hard game. As you can see, as well as the enemies, you get things like those panthers there, so they're definitely ones to watch out for, because they're pretty hard to hit and they're pretty vicious. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid, or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel, because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.